front of Candle Cafe, one of the best vegan restaurants in New York City. I'm here to meet Brendan Brazier, who is an Ironman Triathlete athlete, who is also considered an expert in the field of plant-based nutrition. He writes books, he eats only vegan, and I want to know his secrets. You do triathlons, especially the Ironman. That's like considered the hardest thing to do.
Yeah,
It's
Ironman Triathlon, it's swimming, biking, and running, and it's made up of a 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, then a marathon, so 26.2 miles of running. The great thing about endurance sports is the longer they are, the less talent matters and the more hard work and dedication matters. So that's makes nutrition even more important, because then, like I say, you can pack more training into less time. So if someone beats you, the person's worked hard. There's no way around it. No level of talent can carry you through that. So to me, that was just kind of...
It's more like your mindset and going for it and training hard.
Right, exactly.
I guess we're getting some drinks.
We have here our colada. Colada has some pineapple juice, orange juice, and coconut juice. We also have the green goddess, which is a mixture of greens, some kale, celery, has some apple, ginger, and lemon juice. Our bar special drink, chia fresca. People really love it for summer. It's some chia seeds, has acai, pineapple, agave, some lemon juice, and club soda, and it's really refreshing.
Okay, thank you. Which one do you want? You have the first pick.
Well, I'm a big fan of green, so I like anything that's green, all that chlorophyll. It's really good for your blood. It helps build more red blood cells, and you can get more oxygen throughout your body, which of course is key for an athlete. So I drink a lot of green juices. I eat a lot of greens in general, so
You're going for the green
I'll
one.
go for the green one.
I love coconut, so I think I'm gonna try this one first. Cheers. You also wrote a book, The Thrive Diet.
Yeah, well, over the course of over a decade of racing full time, I learned a lot about nutrition, and the Thrive Diet is really just my learning. And I learned by making a lot of mistakes, and then I did a lot of research, and I looked into it scientifically as well. But a few of the principles, one is what I call high net gain nutrition. So that means choosing to eat foods that take less energy to digest and assimilate, but give you more nutrients in return. So, for example, I was under the impression that because a calorie is a measure of food energy, the more calories I ate, the more energy I would have, but that's not the case. And I think people realize that now, because right after a 3,000 calorie fast food meal, people don't have a lot of energy. They're very tired.
You fall asleep.
Exactly.
Basically.
Right. So I realized that didn't really make sense. So I swapped out a lot of the starchy refined foods, the pasta, the white bread, the white rice, and started eating more carbohydrate sources such as fruit and pseudo-greens, things like amaranth, quinoa, buckwheat, wild rice, all these things that take less energy to digest but give you more nutrition, so more micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, antioxidants. So basically that's high net gain nutrition, less energy out, more nutrition in. So that became kind of the base of the Thrive Diet.
And you are so into food that you also have your own nutritional products.
Yeah, Vega is something that actually came out in 2004, the year I stopped racing. I raced full-time professionally in Ironman Triathlon for 7 years. Then I actually had a bike accident and I couldn't race 1 year, so I had all this extra time on my hands. And I wrote Thrive, and then I partnered with someone else, and we brought out a replica of the blender drink I'd been making for myself for years that helped me speed recovery, and we called it Vega. I've been vegan now for 22 years, since I was 15, and I've become a very strong advocate for plant-based whole food. So Vega is kind of the embodiment of that.
We're also getting some food from Candle Cafe because they have the best vegan food.
So we have the house salad with some carrots and hearts of palms with balsamic dressing. And then we have the avocado tartare. It's one of the favorites with some tomato and
that looks
citrus
great.
vinaigrette.
It's really good here.
Right? Should we try? It's really good. And if you cheat, what kind of food is it?
I really don't think at this point there is, because I've been eating this way now for 22 years, and I'm just so used to it. If I ate some bread or something that wasn't sprouted, I just wouldn't feel very good, so I just kind of, I guess, don't even want to eat that anymore. It's not even in my mind, and I think that's common for a lot of people is they'll transition, and at first it'll be really hard, but then their palate changes, and they actually want to just eat the good food.
There's not many calories in all the foods you eat. Usually it's like you can eat more and get all the right things. I think it also has to do with the right calories that you eat.
Right, and nutrient dense as well. Nutrient density is a ratio. So the more nutrient dense something is, that means just the more micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals it has per calorie. Kale, for example, scores very, very high because it's high in nutrients, very low in calories, whereas like soda score very low because it's very high in calories, very low in nutrition. So you can eat nutrient dense, it makes a big difference as opposed to looking at calories. I don't count calories at all.
What are your future plans?
Primary ones are to continue to get Vega out to more people. And
Right now it's only sold in America or other countries?
it's Canada and the US right now. I do really want to focus on the US, and our whole team does, because that's where I think people need it most. I read this recently that every 34 seconds someone dies from cardiovascular disease in the US. And what's so shocking with that, obviously, it's 34 seconds is a pretty short amount of time, but also that it is preventable. And this is not a mysterious disease that just happens. Like, we know what causes this, and it's poor nutrition and sedentary lifestyles. It just doesn't seem to make sense. So getting that information out there and getting tools out there so that people can apply the information is something that I want to continue to do.